Good morning, fellow YouTubers. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's November the 17th, Sunday morning, 2024. So I'm just off out for another adventure, and I've got Bear in the back there now. And today's journey is going to take me through to Kielder Forest, and I'm going to go to some remote forestry tracks where I can take the dog and let him off his lead and let him run ragged off the other lead and get exercise. So I'm going to go back to where I normally go along Bloody Bush Road and then go along to past WILLOWBOG Haunted Cottage and then drop down and go along the cycle track that cyclists come across from Scotland, Newcastleton, across to Kielder Forest in England. So I'm going to walk along that trail so far after crossing the wooden footbridge into Newcastleton and follow the Kirship along. And I'm going to walk so far along because it's a 17-mile hike to Newcastleton from WILLOWBOG Cottage. So I'm not going to do the whole lot. I just want to go so far, follow the Kirship so far along until I come across some ruins across the other side of the river. And I just want to refresh my memory of what it's like along there, because it's quite a nice pleasant walk, and obviously the dog will enjoy himself off the leader where he can just run backwards and forwards and burn off all that excess energy he's got. Right, so without further ado, I'll get on Prince Edward Road there and head down past the Nook shops as usual, heading out to South Shields. Right, so bye for now. Right, I'm at the junction in the road where last time I came along here to go towards past Sweetlofts Fishing Lake. This was yellow warning signs that this part of the road was going to be closed for about a week, but that was last month. So I've just come to the same junction and the yellow signs have gone now, so I can just go straight over this road past the Sweetlofts Fishing Lake on the left and just continue over to meet the T-junction, which joins over I'll go across the A68 and I'm going to go straight over the road and then head down into the village of Bellingham. So I've done 38.8 miles so far from South Shields to this junction. So I've came along the A1 past the metro centre, turned left onto the A696, which is junction 77, and I came along past Newcastle Airport, through Ponteland, then through Belsay, and then just continued on the A696. Then eventually I've just turned left at the junction at Knowes Gate. That's K-N-O-W-E-S, Knowes Gate, and then came along here, and now I'm going to go along this single track lane past the Sweetlofts Fishing Lake access road on the left, about half a mile along. Like I say, I just continue straight over the cattle grates and then come to the main junction with the A68, then cross straight over. Right, so bye for now. It's 7:17 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 17th of November 2024. I've just crossed over the A68 after passing Sweetlofts Fishing Lake, and now I'm going to go over the Reedsmouth Bridge here at the bottom, round this S-bend, and then drive along into Bellingham, the village of Bellingham. So I'll reach the 30 miles an hour signs drive past the school on the left hand side, then I'll come to a T-junction at the far end, then I just turn left and drop down past a little petrol station, and then turn left again at the junction, then drive through Bellingham on my way to Kielder Forest. Right, so that's the update of where I am and what I'm doing. Right, so bye for now. Okay, it's 7:51 AM in the morning on this Sunday morning, the 17th of November 2024. I've had to stop, I'm desperate for a wee, so I've just pulled over on a passing place on this Forestry Commission road. I've come right along in towards Kielder. I've just passed Matthews Lane car park on the right, then I've taken my left turn to come into the forest here, and I'm just going to be following these Forestry Commission tracks heading towards where WILLOWBOG Haunted Cottage is. Then I'm going to go along the road towards that and then turn left and then drop down the hill past it, past the access road, and then cross over two bridges that go across the two burns that meet, and then I'm just going to continue up the track right as far as you can go with a vehicle, then park up there and then walk along the track heading over towards Newcastleton. It's the cycle track what all the MTB bikes use to come over from Scotland at Newcastleton into Kielder this side, England. Right, so without further ado, oh by the way, it's it's bloody freezing. I've done 63.6 miles so far from South Shields, I've just jumped out for a wee there. You can see your breath, it's bloody freezing. So I've noticed all the cars, like when I was driving through Bellingham, they're all like frosted over, so everybody will be getting up and having to defrost their cars before they can drive to work this morning. So it's getting that bad, it's cold, especially in the forest here, it's bitter. So I don't know whether to put my smart jacket on when I do start my walk, or just leave it and hopefully I warm through when I start walking with the dog. Heading over towards Newcastleton. Right, so bye for now. It's 8:02 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 17th of November 2024. I've just taken the diversion road. Normally I come along Bloody Bush Road and come to this junction here where you pass over the third stone bridge and then just continue straight up until you get to the junction where you turn left to drop down to WILLOWBOG Cottage. But now you've got to take the diversion signs to get down to this point here, because as you can see the roads are all closed up and all churned up with the Forestry Commission trucks and everything that's been coming along here. So that road will be all churned up as well, be manky. I mean, it was bad enough coming down this side, but just getting to this T-junction you can see where all the big vehicles have been turning around and churning up all the mud. So I'm just driving slowly so I didn't get splashed up the bloody side of my car as usual. But I've got to this junction here, so I thought I'd stop and show you this road closed. Right, so it's saying here, cross border and Route 10 West Trail diversion. And it's saying there on the left hand, Bloody Bush and cross border trails, follow diversion. So obviously turn right, which I am, and I'm heading over this stone bridge. Normally when you come along Bloody Bush Road, from the beginning, the main road, you cross over 3 stone bridges, and I'm at the 3rd stone bridge now. And then I'm going to be driving up the road another, say, 3/4 of a mile to the junction where you can drop down left to go to bloody WILLOWBOG Cottage, sorry. So that's the state of play at the moment. Dogs crying, whinging, wants to get out, but I'm not going to let him out and run about in this bloody soft mud and water. So when he jumps back in the car, it'll be manky. So I'm just going to drive along now and get to past WILLOWBOG Cottage and then just drive straight down past all the little bridges and then park up at the far side so I can do my walk. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Right, I've done 66.9 miles and I've got to the junction where I'm going to be turning left and dropping down the hill here past WILLOWBOG Cottage. Dog's really restless, he wants to get out, but I thought I'd just stop and put this on video. So I'm going to turn left here, drop down and pass the access road which leads into WILLOWBOG Cottage down in the bottom of the dip there, and I'm just going to drive straight along the road over the 2 little bridges and just keep on going right to the top end as far as I can get, and that's where I'm going to be parking the car and then start my walk to go along this cycle track over towards Newcastleton, and then wait until I get to the wooden footbridge, cross over that, then bear left and then start following the track along. That's what I'm planning to do. Right, so without further ado, I'll get on with my journey. So bye for now. It's 8:29 AM in the morning, the Sunday morning, the 17th of November 2024. I've reached my destination. I've just turned the car around to drive back down the skinny disused track that I've just drove up from WILLOWBOG Cottage. I've drove up as far as I can get and I've just turned the car around, and he was whining like hell because he wanted to get out, obviously, to go to the toilet. So I've let him out, and as you can see, he's happy as Larry now, running about, and that's exactly what I want. So that's why I drive as far as I do, to come to find a place where I can let him off, where there's no people, no sheep, no horses, no cattle, nothing. I've seen a couple of deer run across the roads when I've been driving along, but apart from that, nothing. But that's the whole point of coming here. So I've done 66 points. Right, so I'll just show you where I've parked. I've come up the road as far as I can get, following the cycle track which goes from Kielder Forest over to Newcastleton via this trail here. Look, you can see the cycle post just up there on the right hand side, 50 yards up. I normally reverse into there, but because it's such a nice morning and the clouds are pretty good and the sky is bright now, I've set it up to point back that way to pick up the clouds movement for a time lapse, which I've just set up with my windscreen there. And because I've been having a lot of problems with my 2 cameras lately, my GoPro 8 and my GoPro 9, when I've been recording, it's problems. So I went online to find out what possibly is the problem, especially with GoPro 9, because it says please wait, repairing your file. So I typed it into Google, and part of the, oh, he's jumping in the car, you bloody man, get out of there! Oh shit, his paws will be black. Come on, here, come on, we're going now. Come on, here, come on, we're going. Good boy. Bloody shit. His feet will be bloody manky now and wet. I'll kill you. What are you doing? Right, in other words, he's telling me to hurry up. Right, so getting back to the GoPro 9 and GoPro 8. Well, first of all, it says the best thing to do is take your SD cards, your micro SD cards, and format them on your computer, as well as formatting them with the camera itself. It says it's best to actually reformat them, do a slow format, not a quick one, and make sure obviously to get rid of all the old data and the ghost files and everything. So basically it might record better on the micro SD card. So that's one problem. The other problem is your batteries. We're saying if you're using batteries that are not official GoPro batteries, that's sometimes the problem as well when you buy these oh, what's the word? Well, they're like the same size as the batteries as well. Sometimes they're bigger capacity, like milliampere hours. Well, sometimes it's the batteries, when they get hot, they expand, and obviously they lose the connection, and that's why the camera stops recording. So I've taken note of that, and I've put the 2 latest updates firmware on both my cameras, and today is going to be the first trial to see how it goes, to see if it makes any difference. So all my batteries are charged up fully. My GoPro 9 that I've got, my chest harness here, is being updated from 1.6 something to 1.72, which is the latest firmware update, and then we'll just see how it goes. Right, so I'm going to set up my time-lapse camera, set it away now, lock up the car, and then I'm going to be going in that direction past these 2 big piles of stones along the cycle track there, and head for the wooden bridge that takes across the what's it called, Burn, to go from England into Scotland. And I'm just going to continue along the track about another couple of miles to go to where there's like a ruined building on the other side of the Okay, it's 8:22 a.m. in the morning. I've just locked up the car after I've messed about with him, throwing sticks backwards and forwards for him just to give him a run because he was whining like hell to get out the car. So I've turned the car around, messed around, set up my GoPro 8 in the windscreen as usual, and now it's doing a time lapse. I always leave the engine running for about another 10 minutes and set my time lapse camera away so that it's not taking it out on the battery straight away. So basically the Digipower's charging up while the engine's running, and then that in turn charges up my GoPro 8 battery inside the camera. So that's why I always leave the engine running just for a short while when I get to where I'm going and parking up, just to guarantee, like I say, I'll get a bit of a time lapse. And that's the view I'm going to get back down the track that I've just drove up from after coming past the WILLOWBOG cottage, haunted cottage, off the Bloody Bush Road. Right now I'm going to be walking along the skinny cycle track and heading over towards where it crosses the bridge into Newcastleton. And it was cold last night. I mean, you can see a lot of this water's frozen over, but it's not quite solid, so it's crunching very easily when I'm walking on it. So that's an indication that we're definitely getting colder weather now, because according to the weather forecast, we're supposed to be going to get 2 centimetres of snow very, very soon. So right now, as mentioned before, I've updated the firmware on both my cameras, the GoPro 8 and this GoPro 9 I'm using now on my chest harness. So I'm hoping, after I've taken the advice of people on YouTube videos telling us what to do so I don't get this repairing your file, please wait messages. So like I say, I'm trying to see how it turns out. So it says the best thing to do every time you use your camera and you upload your videos and files to your computer to render them, and then obviously leave your SD card in the USB pen and format it using your Windows computer, and that way it gets rid of all the dead ghost files, which sometimes are still corrupted, and that's what affects your recording. Where you been? He loves to run off into the trees. So you go down here from where I've parked about a mile, and then you come across the wooden bridge that goes across the Burn. That's Kershop, Kershop, and that runs all the way along the valley back towards Newcastleton, where I drive down that way and park up on the other side to do the walk in this direction. And I walk around the forest, Kershop Forest, when I go to Newcastleton, because that's another place like this. There's lots of remote forestry commission tracks that there's nobody around, and no animals, no livestock, no cattle, no sheep, because there's not grazing land. So I'm alright to let him off the leader like he is now. Right, so as you can see, this is just a skinny cycle track that's mostly used by people on their bikes coming over from Newcastleton in Scotland. Right, it is quite nippy though, bloody hell. I was contemplating whether to put my small jacket on, but I thought, nah, by the time I start walking I should warm through. It was quite nippy on your hands when you first jump out the car. Right, kind of see the car now because I've come around the corner. Right, so as you can see, it's just gently downhill from where I've parked the car. Here he comes. How are you, son? How are you? So I'll be picked up by my time-lapse camera, throwing a stick for him just in front of the car, messing around. Right, so the only people I should see coming up here is any of the hikers doing the same thing as me, or cyclists coming across from Newcastleton heading in towards Kielder Forest, where I've just come from. That's WILLOWBOG Cottage. So I've got his lead around my neck and I've tucked it in underneath my chest on it so it doesn't swing backwards and forwards and tap, tap, tap on my camera. There's not worse when you get home and you start putting your cameras up there and your videos on your computer. Now all you hear is tap, tap, tap when you're trying to watch the video. It's most annoying. And a lot of people make that mistake when they're recording their videos. So I'm hoping I can give him a long walk without putting him on his leader, and he can run backwards and forwards as he pleases. Keep looking out for me, because he goes so far that he stops and looks around and then starts coming back at me, which is good. And the more I bring him out to do this sort of thing, the better he's going to be trained. Like I ended up with Corn. He was really well trained. I didn't have to have him on a leader at all, and he come back every time. In fact, he didn't like being out my sight, so I didn't have that worry. Good boy, son, good boy. Good boy, son. Good boy, son. So good as gold last night. He does as he's told. He was in the sitting room. He wanted to be in the sitting room with us, which I don't normally have him. And he lies in the kitchen in the gas cupboard. That's his bedroom. So when I've had enough and I've petted him, he gets enough attention. That's when I chase him into the kitchen. I say, right, come on, lie down in your bed. And he goes in and just lies down, good as gold. And then obviously he greets us first thing this morning. He's waiting behind the kitchen door for me to open the door straight away. There's no love like the love of a dog. They'll love you unconditionally. So these people that mistreat dogs and they just tie them up outside in bloody freezing cold weather on a chain, and they don't take them for walks like I do. It's disgusting. They shouldn't have a dog. Shouldn't be allowed to have a dog. Right, so I've got my cap on and I've got my hood over the top of my cap, and it's keeping any cold air off my ears and face. So the only thing I'm feeling is a little bit nippy on my hands, but as the morning progresses it'll get slowly but surely warmer. I brought me sandwiches and oranges in me carrier bag and bananas, and I haven't brought any of them as usual. I can't get the idea of putting my oranges in my waistcoat pocket here. That'll do, so that when I get to somewhere I can either sit down and take a rest and have like a bit of a picnic and a pick-me-up. But I've left them all in the car in the carrier bar in the back seat. I usually do that. I make my sandwiches up the night before, bring them out with us, and I always end up taking them home and have them for tea. So when I go home, I drop him off first at my daughter's house on the way home to mine, and then when I get home I just start taking off all the files off me micro SD cards, put my pen drive in my computer so I can start rendering them and make them into videos to upload on my YouTube channel. And then I make myself a cuppa while I'm doing that, and that's where I get my sandwiches, because I'm starting to get hungry by then. Around about 5 o'clock tea time I start to get hungry. But every morning as soon as I get up, the first thing I do is eat a banana on an empty stomach, because it's good for you. Right, so I'm just going to keep an eye on him, because obviously when the track bends round. I can't see him anymore, so I've got to keep him in check. I'll give him a shout. He's stopped there looking back at us there now. That's what I want. So he doesn't go too far and go out of sight, out of mind. So he loves his weekends with his granda. I go from Saturday tea time, keep him overnight into Sunday mornings, and then we'll come out and do me hiking when if weather permitting. But looking at the cars frosted over this morning, and you can see the glaze of frost on the roads, and like look like little shards of glass on the grass, shiny, freezing. You can see the white on the grass I'm walking on now. So it must have been bitter cold here last night. Yeah, I've done the walk right from WILLOWBOG cottage right over to LAZY on the way to Newcastleton on the Scottish side. Drove over that way to Newcastleton, then started walking in this direction. But I've done the whole walk from here right across towards Newcastleton, 17 miles or 13 miles, one of the two. There's our robin on just above the tree, just above my head now.